In this episode of Viral Rewind, we're looking at the Shaker DOS virus. Now, there's two variants of Shaker. There's the 373 and 409 variants. Now, they're pretty similar, but we're looking at variant 409. So, let me get Shaker. It's at the bottom there. And when we load Shaker, it tells us this hello 100 test file. So it gives us the little sacrificial go printout. And Shaker is now loaded in memory and hooks into interrupt 21H. So it will infect any .com files that we execute from here on. Now, version 373 also hooks into interrupt 21H, but it will infect exes along with com files. But again, this is 409, so it's only going to infect .com. So let's go to our sacrificial DOS directory. And here I've copied a bunch of .com files that we'll use for testing. So for instance, we know that graphics.com there is 16,733 bytes. So let's go ahead and write that. And look at it now. And now it's 70,142 bytes, so we've infected graphics with Shaker. We can also look at sys.com, which is 11,472. And now it's 11,881. So we've infected two .com files with the Shaker DOS virus. Now, it will just continue to infect files until it gets to its payload, which is a very short time frame for Shaker, at least the 409 variant. So it first needs to be Friday. Right now it's saying that it's Wednesday, so let me jump ahead to 6/11/2021. So that makes it Friday, and not only does it have to be Friday, but it needs to be between 11 a.m. and 11:20 a.m. to activate the payload. So then we back the clock up to 11 a.m. And now, if we run one of those infected files like sys or graphics, it may not show it here, I might have to run the original. No, may not do it. So let's go ahead and run the actual Shaker. I hope I've got something right here. So, after restarting the computer, I found that Shaker actually needed to have the computer restarted first to load up on that actual date and potential time. So let me reload Shaker directly now. And now you see, looking at the screen there, that the screen is shaking and the text on the left side is being wrapped around to the right. You can see it kind of showing on the edge there. And of course this will stay constant all throughout any operations we do with DOS. We'll have this screen shaking effect. And it's not just limited to the text-only DOS command prompt. It will also affect the GUI on here, and you can see that it's still trying to infect files when I get out of the command prompt. It's trying to write something to drive D, and on this IBM PS1, drive D is the ROM or read-only memory drive that stores IBM's PC DOS and the GUI interface and stuff, so that you can boot the computer without the need for a hard disk or DOS-based floppy disk. But I'm just going to say fail, fail, fail. And now we're in the GUI here. Let me bring that down. And the GUI itself is shaking back and forth. As we can see from there, the GUI is just going back and forth, back and forth. So it's not just the command prompt. Any full screen graphical interface also is affected by the Shaker DOS virus. And again, coming back in DOS, it's still trying to write to drive D, but of course it's not allowed being a ROM disk. So this payload will persist until either the computer is restarted, basically. But again, it only happens on that window where it's Friday from 11 to 11:20 a.m. in the morning. So that's pretty much it for the Shaker DOS virus, the 409 variant.